Howdy, my name is Good Guy Mike. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to more Lords of Minecraft. So, today, an opinion on the economy. How exciting. So, quick, before you go and swap away, hold on, because a lot of you guys on the subreddit have been complaining about the current state of the economy, saying that inflation is coming, that inflation's taking our babies, our sisters, and taking our wives and showing them levels of physical compassion that we ourselves as men could never match before. I'm here to show you and tell you that that is not true. In fact, extra Stampots are a benefit to both the physical world as well as the cyber community of Lords of Minecraft. And this is rooted in real world business theories and economics. So, before we get into this, I want to say a few things. My background is that I am a business major. I take classes on this, I go to college, I pay lots and lots of money so that people can fill my brain full of fat knowledge. So, I'm not a graduate yet, but I do know a little bit of what I am talking about. That said, I'm going to break it down to very basic, simple steps for you guys so that you can understand that, because I know that not everybody has a master's degree in business or BMIS or business finance and accounting. So, let's start with this. So here's the dig. Recently, Rob, who is the owner of the Bruce Willikers channel and the main lead developer behind the Lords of Minecraft server, changed the amount of stamina that Jimmys could get per day from 25 to 80, effectively increasing it by 320%, making it so that people can get more money on the server and do more work per day. Basically, how the work system works is that the Jimmys go, they drink a stamina potion, that stamina potion allows them to do a certain job, that certain job gives them money. So effectively, stamina equals loosely into money. Alright, so we have that out of the way. We have the basic problem of why people saying it is bad, and what is the problem? They're saying that that is causing inflation on the server, which is causing the server to go through different hiccups and stuff like that. I'm here to say that it is good. First and foremost, why is it good? Well, let's look at the physical world. So, Bruce Willikers, who is the runner of the server, is the owner of the server and the owner of the YouTube channel known as Bruce Willikers. He does Lords of Minecraft for a living. It is his career. He makes money off of this. How much money he makes, this is not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss the fact that he does this as a living, it's his career, and so we want Lords of Minecraft to go well, okay? So, Lords of Minecraft works like this. It's a double dip. And that is that it brings in monetary value to Rob so that he can pay his bills, pay his heat, and all that sort of stuff on two fronts. First off, he gets money from the server itself when people pay to be Super Jimmys or people pay to buy world potions and get coins. This is a minor thing though. The Lords of Minecraft server hasn't been, and hopefully never will be, a pay-to-win or a pay-to-play server. That is one of the beautiful things about Lords of Minecraft, and one of the things that Rob himself has said is that people don't have to pay to get ahead in this. If you want to get ahead in this game, you turn in and you do hard work. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way out. And the reason why he's able to do this compared to other Minecraft servers is because he's double dipping with his YouTube channel. Rob does his YouTube channel, which he makes money through CPM. Woof, that was a little bit of a hard one. CPM, which is basically the amount of money that he made off of the advertisements that play during his videos. So those ads that start sometimes during the middle, or the ones that pop up on the bottom, or the ones that pop up before, those all, a percentage of those, depending on your partnership, about 55% of the money from that the original advertiser paid goes to Rob himself. This is awesome because it allows Rob to continue to make awesome content. It allows the YouTube to get more money so that it can have a very seamless platform and allow people who aren't super huge contributors to YouTube itself to put up videos even though they don't have high traffic. And it also allows them to keep improving the system. So it's yay, it's a hooray for everybody. And this is actually where ad block comes in and it hurts people. So if you guys didn't know this, ad block, those little ads that you avoid, if you're blocking ads, you're actually harming the creators more than you're harming the companies that are putting up the ads. Fun fact, think of that next time before they click that ad block. But anyways, enough of the moral lesson. So Rob makes money off of his videos. So he wants the Lords community to be as strong and as beneficial as possible so that it will continue to flourish, be good. People will continue to want to watch his videos. People want to continue to go on the server and spend money. That way he can keep doing what he loves, pay for his house, his car, and eventually his yacht and his army that he's going to use to take over the world, or something like that. So logically, if the inflation was bad for the server, he wouldn't continue with it. He would have changed it, or he would have never implemented it in the first place. Well, the thing is that the inflation isn't bad. It seems bad on the first place, and it seems bad because some people are griping about it, and that some people who don't understand the full logistics of it and think that in the short term, the loss that they're facing in the short term are going to outweigh the benefits they're going to get in the long term, when that is the absolute opposite. Okay, so here we're going to get into the actual markets part of it over what good the server does. Now, the problem of inflation basically comes down to the idea of primary markets and secondary markets. What primary markets and secondary markets, or at least in the fact that I am discussing them, refer to, is stocks. So primary market is when stocks are first sold from the company into a distributor. So when you go into the stock market and you say, hey, I want to buy stocks of Nike, you then go talk to a broker, and the broker goes to a wholesaler, and the wholesaler tells you, Nike's up right now, so we're gonna say it's $5 a stock. That's a great deal, by the way. Nike stock's $5. Buy it. Anyways, so Nike's $5. The broker comes to you, tells you it's $5, right? That's a secondary market. A primary market is when the company goes to the broker and says, okay, we need $100,000, so we're going to create 100 stocks and sell each one of them for $1,000. You give us $1,000 and we'll give you these stocks. And then the broker goes, deal, and it's exchanges. It is a solid price that is not changed. That is the primary market. It's first selling. The secondary market is a market that happens after that has been sold the first time, and the price fluctuates. Secondary markets are also referred to in items such as collectibles, when your amiibo that was super hard to get gets sold for first time for $12.50, and that is a primary market, and then it goes on to eBay and gets sold for $350. That's a secondary market. So, primary and secondary markets in Lords of Minecraft refer to this. The primary market is your rent, your blocks that you would buy to build with, and your crates that you get for food. Your secondary markets refer to the armor, the special items such as candy, things that cannot be bought from a vendor. And this is where we see a lot of the congestion at the moment, a lot of the inflation, a lot of the problems. Whenever there is a large change in currency, in any sort of market, there's going to be overcompensations and overfluctuations. Currently, we're seeing an overfluctuation in the amount of money that people are expecting in exchange for items, because suddenly people themselves have found it easier to get money, so they find it that they want to charge other people more so that they can get more money for their items. This has caused a temporary bubble in the secondary market of armor, swammies, and other such items like that. This bubble, though, is not going to last. Eventually, once it's calmed down a little bit and people have gotten over the fact that the stamp pots have increased the amount of money that everybody has, once they get over the fact that that is a thing that is happening right now and that it's just going to stay that way, the cost of the armor will return to the relative norm that it was of the amount of labor it takes to get that piece. So say there was a piece of armor that you really, really wanted. So a really cool hat that came out and you were like, hey man, I think that looks like a lot of fun. I really want to get that hat. Before Inflategate, I just called it that. That works pretty well. I think I'll call it that from now on. Before Inflategate, it would have taken a week of working nonstop and not spending your money on anything else to get enough money to buy that. So say that money was, we'll say that was 10 gold. Okay, so say it was 10 gold bars and you would have gotten that piece of armor. Now, post Inflategate, people are upset because the price of that armor has tripled, and in some cases quadrupled or septupled, because people are expecting more money at the moment. So if you hold out for a little bit and say, no, the markets will eventually return to the norm of a week of work. However, that week of work will look like a lot more money because you are getting paid more for that week of work. So yes, in the short term, it seems that you have to pay more and that it is a bad thing. But over time, the markets will once again return to their equilibrium, and you will do the same amount of labor that you would have done before Inflategate that you will do after Inflategate. So in a sense, it's a wash. Alright, so I know what you guys are thinking. Good guy Mike, this sounds a little bit fishy. It sounds like it's a wash, so why don't we just put it back to the way it was before, because I hate change. Well, that's because it's not a wash. We covered secondary markets, but what we are yet to cover is primary markets. And primary markets have a cool effect that they don't inflate, because Lords of Minecraft actually follows closer to a communist society rather than a capitalist society. Get that? Not really Papa Willie, more like Comrade Moran. Yeah, Comrade Moran. That sounds like a good name. In a sense, Rob is the communist leader of this country. He sets the prices and the quotas, and they stay fixed at that, and they do not fluctuate like they would in a capitalist society. Because capitalist society fluctuates on the idea of supply and demand. That is the basic building blocks of a capitalist society. If there's a larger supply and a lower demand, prices go down. If there's a smaller supply and a larger demand, prices go up. It's a basic concept. But in Lords of Minecraft, the primary market, which is your rent and your blocks, has not fluctuated due to these supply and demand bets. They have stayed the exact same. Rent has gone up a little bit, but the blocks, a 64 stack of cobblestone, has been the same before Deflategate as it is after Deflategate. So what does this serve to do? Well, I am here to tell you that there's a little known fact called customer retention marketing that is the key to the universe. It makes the world go round. It lubricates the wheels on the capitalist machine, or in this case, communist. What CRM is a company's attempts to retain a customer after they have bought something. In this case, in the case of YouTube, in the case of Lords, for people who have not bought anything, buying something is giving your time. So it is the attempts to retain people after they have given a little bit of time to Lords of Minecraft. Now, why would they want to retain people instead of get new people? Well, there's a little bit of a theory called the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule functions that 20% of your customer base will buy 80% of your product. And this stands true to YouTube. There's usually a very dedicated and small group of people who watch most of your content. This is shown true in your analytics over and over and over again. It's shown true in my analytics. It'll probably show true in Rob's analytics. And all you need to do is you need to go and look at the amount of views that a person gets per video and then compare it to the amount of subscribers that they have. Their highest videos, their most loyal videos, tend to get 10 to 20% of what their actual subscriber number is, unless they are growing quite quickly. Anyways, though, that's beside the point. How does this affect the customer retention marketing? Well, essentially by increasing the amount of money that a peasant can get, Rob has lowered the entry cost of Lords. He's made it so that people can come onto the server and without having to spend a whole bunch of times can quickly get a plot and can quickly start building their own little area. This is awesome because beforehand, when you could only get 25 stamina per day, you could get onto a plot and you could get enough in one day to maybe get a few stacks of building materials and not fully complete a build. Now, however, with maybe 2 days worth of stamina pots, you can build quite the impressive build, actually. It's actually rather cool how the plots have started to fill out a lot more now that people have a lot more money. And that is the trick. See, these secondary markets that people are currently feeling the inflation pains is a negative thing, but it will eventually return back to the amount of work that you had to do before Deflategate as you did after. The price and the amount of work that it requires to build yourself a house now and a plot is less labor comparative than before Deflategate. So ironically, Deflategate has lowered the amount of work that people have to do to get a cool house on Lords of Minecraft. Now, why, if we look at all of this, why would Rob want to do this? Why is this the eventual plan? Well, if you look at it from Rob's standpoint, he wants to create a very cool community. He wants to create a community where people can show up and have a fun time and an easy time and not have to grind and not have to worry about losing their plot because they can't afford it, or not have to worry about not being able to afford the blocks and not getting a cool building. He wants a place where people can just show up and spend a little bit of time and build cool things, because then Rob himself gets to double dip and shoot videos in your cool area. It's the whole reason why he started Lords, because he wanted to, quote unquote, get closer with his community community and have a way to interact with his subscribers easily and consistently. It's a pretty noble cause if you think about it. The community of Lords of Minecraft is a very great community. In fact, if some of you guys are watching this video right now and you haven't actually been an involved person in the community, I highly recommend it. It's one of the most supportive communities. Rob is one of the most active admins I've ever seen in our group, and he's constantly innovating and adding new things to it. And Deflategate is one of the best things to happen to Lords of Minecraft in recent history, because it's lowered the entry price, which allows more people to come in. It allows for more role playing because people don't have to worry as much about saving up money before they can do a certain role play. If you want to go out and build a castle, shoot, go build a castle. You have the money for it now. If you want to go and you want to build a little hobo village, go ahead, go build a hobo village, shoot. And the other cool thing is that Rob changed it so the plots don't reset themselves now. So now you can build something and leave it, and it's going to stay that way. Of course, until somebody else comes along and builds something else new on it, but you know what? That's a risk that you gotta take. And that is one of the cool things as well, is now that you have more money, it is less risk if somebody takes down one of your plots, because it didn't cost you that much to build it in the first place, versus people who had to save up literally weeks to build their entire plot, and then if they accidentally logged off, it would get reset, or somebody would come through and bulldoze and build something new, and then they'd have to spend another couple weeks saving up money, and it became frustrating. So, CRM, 80/20, 20/40, 42, all that sort of stuff. Basically, the long and the short of it is that Inflategate is good for it because it lowered the cost of entry into Lords and allows for a lot more people, including people who are less devoted and who do not have as much free time, to enter Lords and get part of this amazing experience. Thank you for watching. This is just my opinion. Go form your own. Alright guys, so if you managed to stick with me to this whole time, I congratulate you. This is pretty impressive. I shot this video because I saw a couple people talking about it, and I thought that my area of expertise pertained to it. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and let me know. Check out some of my other videos, comment, share this video with a friend if you really liked it, because the channel only grows if you guys support us. Rob, if you're sitting out there watching this, please make me a Lord. I love you. I'd do anything. I'd be the best Lord. I'd be the best yes man. I mean, this is getting a little bit sad, but I mean, just do it, man. Yeah. And for the rest of you guys, thanks for watching, guys. Go ahead, check out Rob's channel. He's the one that made the Great Lord server, and go ahead and check